Welcome back to our weekly newsletter on the economy, where we bring you the latest updates on business and economic trends. Today, I will take you on a journey through this week's newsletter. To receive our weekly newsletter and stay informed on the latest economic developments, simply follow our website in the description below. Our first highlight is from France, where we see a stable business climate in September. Notably, the employment climate has improved, and in the manufacturing industry, things have taken a positive turn after a rough August. This improvement is partly due to increased optimism regarding personal production expectations. Moving on to Turkey, where there is significant news from the central bank. They have made a bold move by increasing the policy rate to 30%, which marks a substantial 500 basis point hike. This decision reflects their commitment to addressing economic challenges. Now let's talk about Germany. In August, the producer prices of industrial products were 12.6% lower compared to the same month in 2022. This decline, the largest in producer prices, is primarily attributed to a base effect stemming from exceptionally high price levels the previous year. Next up, we have Bulgaria, where inflation has been making headlines. In August, the consumer price index surged by 7.7% year-on-year, with a monthly increase of 0.4%. And these figures reflect the challenges of price stability in the current economic landscape. Shifting gears, let's delve into tax policy reforms in 2023. Governments worldwide have been employing tax strategies to combat historic inflation levels. This includes cuts to VAT and excise duties alongside increases in low-income relief. The OECD's Tax Policy Reforms 2023 report sheds light on these critical measures and their impact on households and businesses. Our next highlight focuses on Croatia. According to the OECD Economic Survey, the country's path to sustained economic growth and improved living standards hinges on key strategies. These include increased investment, regulatory reforms, and skills development. The survey also touches upon Croatia's integration into the Euro and Schengen areas, the COVID-19 crisis, and addressing productivity challenges and climate change. In Turkey, the confidence index has seen some interesting shifts. It decreased by 2% in the services sector, but increased by 3% in the retail trade sector and 1% in the construction sector. We turn to Spain, where producer prices have experienced a significant drop, marking a record decline of minus 10%. Our next highlight brings us to a pressing global concern: job creation. Experts worldwide are underlining the urgent need for good job opportunities, given the evolving global landscape. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report for 2023 predicts significant job transformations over the next 5 years. These changes are being driven by technology adoption, the green transition, and economic conditions. Global crises, be they economic, geopolitical, or health-related, have also left their mark on employment worldwide. To tackle this complex issue, 12 experts provide valuable advice to leaders. Their strategies encompass navigating digital transformation, promoting lifelong education and training, supporting entrepreneurship, enhancing digital skills, bolstering small businesses, improving job quality, advocating for regulatory reform, expanding skills training, building African digital ecosystems, implementing comprehensive employment policy frameworks, and finally investing in healthcare employment. Turning our attention to Finland, we find that producer prices for manufactured products fell by a notable 8.4% in August compared to the same month last year. This data reflects fluctuations in the manufacturing sector, which are critical indicators for the broader economy. In financial news, credit card losses are on the rise at the fastest rate since the Great Recession. Goldman Sachs warns of significant credit card losses, a trend typically uncommon outside of economic downturns. This unsettling development comes as record levels of U.S. credit card debt are recorded. The situation mirrors historical patterns observed in the late 1990s and from 2015 to 2019, following periods of robust loan growth. Delinquencies are expected to persist, with losses projected to peak in late 2024 to early 2025, and these trends have implications for the stability of the credit card industry and should be closely monitored. In another economic report, we find that U.S. economic performance experiencing a slowdown in September, with the service sector showing signs of weakness. U.S. businesses across manufacturing and service providers have indicated muted demand conditions, resulting in the worst performance across the private sector since February. Shifting our focus back to Turkey, the Economic Confidence Index has seen a 1.3% increase in September, reaching a level of 95.4. This uptick reflects evolving sentiments, economic conditions in the country. Our next highlight takes us to the euro area labor market, which has shown significant resilience. The labor force has rebounded, surpassing pre-pandemic levels. Notably, this growth is driven by more people joining the workforce rather than a sharp decline in unemployment. This trend signals a positive development for the region's economy. Bahrain and the United States have recently formalized a symbolic security agreement. While its practical significance may be limited, this agreement holds notable importance. It reaffirms the U.S. commitment to regional security amid China's increasing outreach to Gulf partners. Moreover, it underscores the United States' role in Bahrain's security and technology sectors. This agreement may serve as a model for similar deals with the United Arab Emirates and the Saudi Arabia, highlighting the significance of such symbolic agreements in maintaining U.S. influence in the Gulf region, especially as regional alliances evolve. In Hungary, a noteworthy economic development has occurred. The producer price index has fallen for the first time in over 7 years, decreasing by 2.3% in August. We have a positive note from New Zealand. The business climate in the country has improved in September, with the index rising to 1.5 in 2023. Our next highlight is a significant move by Amazon in the realm of artificial intelligence. The tech giant is investing a staggering $4 billion in AI firm Anthropic, thrusting itself into the competitive AI race against heavyweights like Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI. This strategic move is driven by the success of OpenAI's ChatGPT and Amazon's ambition to enhance its voice assistant Alexa with generative AI capabilities. Anthropic, known for its chatbot Claude, will leverage Amazon's technology and cloud services. This investment intensifies competition with Google, which had previously invested $300 million in Anthropic, as both companies wish to harness the power of computing for AI advancements. Turning our attention to Turkey, we have positive economic news. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development has revised Turkey's 2022 growth forecast upward to 4.5%. This optimistic revision is attributed to robust domestic demand and a strong recovery in exports, marking a significant improvement from the previous projection of 2%. In the energy sector, the United States has achieved a remarkable feat. The U.S. energy storage market set a new quarterly record by adding 5,597 megawatt hours in the second quarter. This achievement is primarily led by grid-scale storage, accounting for 5,000 megawatt hours, driven by substantial growth in California. Despite supply chain challenges and delays, the market is poised to nearly double annual installations, with the grid-scale segment expected to constitute 83% of total installations over the next 5 years. As South Korea takes center stage in our next highlight, the nation's finance minister has pledged strong support for its critical chip industry, including tax cuts and financial assistance. Recognizing the industry's pivotal role in the economy, the government has allocated $2 billion in the next year's budget to bolster the chip sector. This move comes as the industry anticipates growth driven by increased demand for artificial intelligence and digital transformation. Spain's economic landscape is marked by rising inflation. For the third consecutive month, the country's inflation rate has increased, reaching 3.5%. This ongoing trend underscores the challenges associated with price stability. In a notable development, Hong Kong has lost its top ranking in global economic freedom to Singapore. Concerns about Beijing's influence and a decline in confidence in Hong Kong's rule of law are cited as contributing factors by the Fraser Institute. This marks the first time Hong Kong has not secured the top spot since the index's inception in 1996. Switzerland ranks third, and the United States ranks fifth in the 2023 report, while Taiwan, Japan, and China also received rankings. Next story highlight takes us into the realm of education within the European Union. In 2021, a significant majority of students in the EU were engaged in the study of foreign languages across different educational stages. This included primary education, where 86.3% of pupils were involved, lower secondary education with 98.5%, and upper secondary education with 91%. Impressively, 61% of upper secondary general education students pursued the study of 2 or more languages, with English leading the way. In the context of vocational education, Romania stands out, boasting the highest percentage, 97% of students studying multiple languages. We revisit the Austrian economic landscape. The Unicredit Bank Austria Business Indicator continues to signal a lack of immediate recovery for the Austrian economy, with a prolonged period of stagnation expected until the close of 2023. While a modest recovery is anticipated for 2024, driven by declining inflation and increased consumption, the prospect of restrictive monetary policy could potentially curtail this growth. The Austrian economy faces ongoing challenges that warrant careful monitoring. And finally, in the last update, we visit the UK's car production sector. After 6 months of consecutive growth, UK car production experienced a notable setback in August. Output declined by 9.7%, with domestic market demand plummeting by 25.2% and exports witnessing a 5.5% decrease. And these figures highlight the challenges facing the UK automotive industry, shedding light on the dynamic nature of this sector in response to various economic factors. That wraps up our economy newsletter for today. We covered a wide range of topics. Stay informed and tuned in for more economic news in our upcoming episodes. Thank you for watching and remember to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates.